Hello everyone, it's Annette Green back again working in my planner. This is my Elizabeth Craft Designs Vintage Black full-size planner, and I am doing my week by week series documenting my life in the year of 2023. I filled one planner already. This is the second one to finish out the year, and I do 1 week per page and just document things that are going on in my life. So if you're new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So normally when I do these videos, I have everything kind of prepared and a plan in place, but I thought this time, and I think I've done this before, I thought this time I would just start clean and fresh like everyone does, right? You open your page and you're like clueless. How do I begin? What do I do? So let's start that way today. So it only makes sense to me that you would go to your photos first and see what did I do, right? So this is my iPad, which reflects what I've taken on my phone. And I'm just looking through some pictures I took through the week and making a decision. This one's pretty nice. I mean, we just moved here, so we have some pictures of Traveler's Rest kind of stuff and some mushrooms and the farmer's market. So I just need to, and there I am walking home with my goods, and there's my goods from the farmer's market. I definitely want to use that picture, I know, and maybe work it into this one. You know, this is just thought process that I'm having, so a lot of you might be doing the same thing. I kind of envisioned that this photo would be a really big photo over here this time, and then all my little accent photos would be small, maybe right inset in the photo. That's what I'm thinking. I think that's going to work. Now I just need to decide with the pictures that I have which ones I actually want to use. I kept scrolling and I saw this one. I took this one this morning on my bike ride. There's this one part of the trail that I ride my bike on that is so beautiful right now with the crepe myrtle trees in full bloom white. They're sprinkling their little petals, I guess, all on the trail. It's just beautiful. It looks like a wedding scene, these trees. It almost looks fake. So that might have to make it in there. And that would have to be a big background photo. Just because there's no real focal point, it's just really a background. So now I just have to make some decisions. That's all there is to it. And once I make that decision, I might pick more than what I really need. So what I am thinking is that I'm going to pick one of the trail. Actually, I might use that prettier picture with the white crepe myrtles. Definitely a mushroom picture. Possibly this one. See, this is where sometimes you see me and I'm doing it and I'm like, this one might not make the cut. Definitely the farmer's market, definitely me, but maybe not this whole photo this time. And then definitely this. So I'm going to grab all those photos. I'm going to pull them into Photoshop Elements with somewhat of a plan, like I discussed, a big picture and a bunch of small pictures, and then print those out. Okay, and so the next step was, picking out the photos and basically deciding what's my main focal point photo and measuring the area that I have to work with. So there's that big pretty picture. And then I decided on these 4, and I was just gonna make them all like the same size and maybe have them coming down from the big photo. But as I was playing around in Photoshop, I was like, oh, wait, let's make those 2 square and those 2 rectangles and make this one unit, stick them really close together, and then I don't have to cut them all apart independently. We can leave that white border maybe this time. I did it over here a little bit bigger, and that's what I was going to use at first, and I thought that's going to overpower that, so that's why I made them a little bit smaller here, but I kept them on the page just in case I decided to change my mind. So in case you're wondering, because people often do, I am using a Canon Pixma printer. It's a TR8620. Had it for a couple of years now. And then I just use HP Advanced Glossy Photo Paper. Simple as that. I will link to the video that I've done on how I size my photos and gang them all up like this in Photoshop Elements and print them out. Okay. And before I get too far, I just go ahead and get those photos cut out. I've decided I'm going to leave that white border on all of these. I should say both of these because it's really like 2 pictures. I'm going to save those just in case over there. And then I need to decide, all right, what else has to be on the page? Well, we know that our week number has to be on there. In this case, it will be week 33. So I'm pulling out my Planner Essentials 37 stitched letters and numbers set. That's the one I've been using all along. And you only need one because you're going to cut it twice. And then I just grabbed a couple of others, not knowing exactly what I'm going to use, what's going to happen or anything, but just some general little doodads, like some arrows or some fold over tabs, some side tabs, maybe a little pennant thing coming from the top of the page. I'm just not super duper sure. And when I do use one of these and make a decision, of course, I'll tell you which one it is. But I also know that I'm going to sneak in a little sneak peek down here of mine. Alrighty, so this is where I start to fine tune a little bit, and we want to get our page out of here to build on it. And first thing I want to do is ink the edges, and while I do that, I will tell you that in case you didn't know, my new release, the second one of mine, in the Everyday Elements line will be debuting tomorrow, Monday, August 21st, 2023. I will be doing the Facebook Live on Elizabeth Craft Designs Facebook page. If you are not able to watch it live, it's a-okay. They save all the videos there and also on their YouTube channel. So after I have saved the live, then I will definitely grab that link and put it below for you. Okay, so my page is ready, and here's what I'm thinking. I've got my main photo. I've got this grouping, which, you know, this is just road. It's very nice. However, we don't need the whole thing, right? So I'm thinking we're going to overlap like so. And I got my little banner topper here. This is from one of those ones I showed you before. Planner Essentials 42, Shapes, Frames, and Words. This one is loaded. There are so many in here. That's part of it too over there. And then I thought that would go maybe up there, maybe? We'll see. I don't want to mess with this photo too much. But I have my 33 and I've put it on this sort of kind of smoky blue that matches the paper back here. And we've got this fern that also matches the paper. I thought we'd work in down here. Not sure about that up there yet. Looks a little busy. I've got this little tab that I've written Farmer's Market on. This is from that other set I had in front of me. 1983, the General File Folder Set 2. I've used this a lot. It's this little guy right here. A lot of good things on there. So I thought I would put that kind of over here. And then I've got my little kind of fake blue oyster mushrooms. They don't really look like that, but that's what these mushrooms are in my photo. So I thought, well, I'll try to make it kind of look like that. And so the fern, of course, is too big. So we're going to snip that, I'm thinking. And we're not going to get rid of the rest. We're still going to use it. So that might go there, and then we might use these little bits. We'll just cut them off of here and decide later. We can do that. Okay, as I'm playing around, I'm seeing that I just don't want to mess with this up here. So this is out. I'm taking it out. And this is a really simple page, I realized this week, and that's okay. Some weeks are going to be like that. It's just to kind of show how much we're enjoying the new area that we've moved to, and nothing much more than that. So I think I'm good, but I do want to tie in a little bit more of this green, so I'm going to cut some hole reinforcers to go here, just some small ones out of that same green, and then I feel like it'll feel more finished. I use these little wiggly circles from Reinforcement Variety Pack number 1. And I've got them on the page already, and you can see I've started to kind of scatter those little ferns behind my photos, which I think I like. So I'm going to remove everything and start committing with the photos first. And I won't put adhesive like really close to the outside edge, just because I know I want to squeak some of that fern stuff behind there. which I think we can do once we get it down. I think it'll be fine. So let's get this way up here to give us room for our little mushrooms at the bottom. Oops. Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. Happens to you guys too, I know. Okay, so the reason why I'm moving it over, because I want to get I want that fern to show up over here. And I'm just going to do it now because I'm afraid that I won't be able to get under there well later. So I'm just going to hit it with just a little bit of glue. Don't need a ton. And peel that up before we commit and get that right there on the edge. Okay, and I'll snip that extra off later. Okay, now we can press that down. Oh, all right, now this guy, same thing. Okay, where was this gonna go? This was gonna come out from under here. Okay. And we've got that, and I wanted this to go a little behind it, but we've got the 33. I've decided to put it down here, by the way. And then we've got this, which I think wants to go behind, so let's do that. Is it too much ferns? I like it. Okay, I decided you didn't need to watch me do all that gluing, so I got everything down, and I'm going to trim off any extra hanging off the edges. Just kind of re-ink those edges again. And I would say my page is done. I'm happy with it. I'm going to pop it back into my planner. There's no journaling going to happen this time because really it's just life. There's no big event going on. Nothing needs to be said. It's just our new surroundings. And that's that. It doesn't always have to be a big, huge thing, right? So I thank you for watching that. I just wanted to let you know, those of you who are waiting and asking and wondering where and when will I come out with my planner pages. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, every year I do printables in my Etsy shop of the pages for a planner. Different things like mini calendars, months at a glance, the actual planner pages that you can print and cut yourself. There's a lot of work yet to be done, so it'll be this week. I don't know exactly when, but later this week for sure. And so just stay tuned. I'll put a link to my Etsy shop. And then I'll have a very extensive video on how to trim the pages, how to print the pages, you know, so everything goes successfully for you. Okay, that's it for me today. Thank you for joining me. Super simple page. Enjoyed making it, and I hope you liked it too. I'll see you next week, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow during the live.